Alright, Lamborghini Huracán Performante Championship. Tier 6 is where my current PR, which is how I won this car back in the day, is not enough to get me past. And of course, Tier 4 PR requirement is less than what you can achieve with racing dollars only. So this is one of those limited time series, one of those very rare limited time series where you can essentially trade racing dollars for gold in a way. Put some racing dollar upgrades on your car, even if you don't plan on running through the whole series and winning the car. You can still, get to drive this rather fun and exciting car, and also get 10 gold for the effort, which is not a bad idea. So, but for me, since I still have 90 more gold to be collected in the series, and I don't mind upgrading this car. It's a good car, and if I want to make any progress in my career with this car, I'll have to upgrade anyway. So here's my I guess it would be, if I didn't start with any upgrades, this would be more like upgrade round 2, kind of. So let's check that out. We're starting at 69.9, and that is with 1 gold upgrade in the body, right? And that's the one category that's gonna have to be maxed out. So, and I'll have to bring everything else up to 3rd tier upgrade to bring the PR up to the requirement to complete the series and claim that 100 gold. Well, I already claimed 10 out of that 100, so 90 still left out there. So here we go. 42 for engine, and then we'll get the following racing dollar upgrade. We kind of have to. So that's 42 and another 38 for drivetrain. Alright, so that's like 80 gold, right? And then body, you know what, we're gonna have to max it out, so I'll max it out here. Another 70, so that is like 150, I know, so I'm going under here now. But that's what you have to do. And then 36 for suspension, and then of course we get that racing dollar upgrade following, and then same thing for exhaust, so another 35. I lost count of how many I was at, but if I remember correctly, it's like somewhere in 200, slightly under 300 gold that you have to spend, right? And you get 100 of it back, so that's a pretty good discount rate on these upgrades, if you ask me. So just based on that return ratio, I am going with the upgrading the car and completing the series in this limited time series. So, and if I really wanted to, of course, I could put a few more upgrades and open up that exclusive series which is available for this car. But for now, let's do complete the task at hand first, which is complete this limited time series. Still have like 3 days remain. They say 3 days, but it's like, there's another 24 hours attached at the end of that, so it's more like 4 days. So not too far behind here. And of course I am running the Bugatti EV110 Super Sport limited time series at the same time now, so always a little bit more taxing when you have to run 2 of those events at once. Oh yeah, and I'm also running through a flashback event, so juggling multiple events at once. But with the flashback event, I already know like I already have all the upgrades I need to get through that, so that should be pretty straightforward. And then of course limited time series. Now this car's PR should be high enough. Once all the upgrades kick in, then all I have left is just complete the series. So that's, you know, not too bad. And same applies for the Bugatti limited time series. So yes, just what's left is open road ahead, right? And just race on. And in the overview video for this limited time series, I mentioned possibly passing on this limited time series for this car if you are planning on going through the special event to win this car. Then, well, the question is, what kind of reward do you get, right? Then I kind of thought about it, and now I'm thinking, I think you might get all the rewards even if you own the car, maybe? If you don't, that'll be a total bummer, though, because they give you, what, like 30 gold or 25 gold currently? The current rate is 25 gold for completing a special event or flashback event that you already have won. But if you win a car through the limited time series, technically you haven't run through the special event. So that is something that I'm gonna try to figure out. So the way I'm gonna do it, it's not gonna be done in this rendition, unfortunately. So it's a bit of a gamble if you pass on this rendition of this chance to win this car. Then I mean, obviously, flashback, I think, is definitely a cheaper way to win. But, that also involves a bit more struggle. So, if you have resources to pay for it outright, maybe it is better to just win it through this limited time series. And when the flashback does happen, can run through to claim, whatever gold that they give you. So I'm gonna see if I can win this car on my, third account, because that's the one sort of like my mule account that does not have too many cars. It's got like maybe like 10 cars in that account. The driver level on that account is like 118 or something like that. I only have like 10 cars or 15 cars or something silly like that. So of course that account lets me know when a particular car is on sale and what kind of discount that they're giving you. Because once you own the car, you don't really get a announcement on like upgrade discounts if you already have your car fully upgraded. So, now look at the time. I'm running low in time. I wasn't paying attention. But we get the time bonus here, so that's still plenty of time. But where was I? Yes, the dilemma of whether you should try to win this car through limited time series versus the flashback, right? So I'm going to try experiment, and if time allows, I'll try to win this car on my third account, which, as I was just explaining, don't have too many cars. Certainly not this one. And then what I can find out is when the flashback for this car does return, or if it happens, then I would know, at least for that particular rendition, how the reward structure works out. But since there is no flashback for this car in current version, there's no way to confirm that one way or another. So we'll have to wait on that one. But I will try to run through with my third account on this one and see if I can find that out. But for now, let's get through this tier in this limited time series by completing and winning a trophy for this 2-lapper cup race at Catalunya National Circuit. Should be a pretty short event. Yeah, this is a nice car. One of those occasions where I have difficulty, now I thought about it, not recommending anybody not to go for this car is difficult. It's a nice car. It's a very fun car. It handles beautifully. As I said, I think it's the best Huracán out of all, and we have quite a few Huracans in the game, and I think this one definitely comes out on top, and I am sticking by that opinion. Yes, it's just that. It's just my opinion, but I think anybody who's driven this car, raced this car in the game, would agree with me that this is definitely one of the better handling Lambos. It's not priced terribly expensive, so yeah, and it's also customizable, which is important. I know mine is not customized, at least not on this account, so we'll have to do something about that when I find time for that. And these multiple limited time series and special event and flashback and weekly time trial. Yes. Keeps you busy, you know. In fact, I think nowadays, if you're starting this game fairly new, that might be the really better way to enjoy the game. Is just participate in new events. Don't worry too much about making, progress in the career. I mean, that's, I suppose, give you a sense of accomplishment, somewhat. But that isn't going anywhere. So versus like any opportunity that you get to just not necessarily to own these cars, but just to race. You get lots of loaner cars in the game nowadays, so you can take those out for a spin on weekly time trial or any time trial competitions. And we got plenty of exhibition series in motorsports section of the game. And let's see, what else? I mean, there are enough events throughout, unless you are spending a lot of time in the game. I think that may be the better way to play this game or approach the game, which is just play what they give you, for free. And then when they do special events or flashback events, even if you don't win the car, just don't put any gold, like, unless you plan on winning it. Go as far as you can with racing dollars alone. You can typically pocket quite a bit of gold along the way, so then you find a lot of opportunities to accumulate your gold, and just don't spend on things, because when would you spend gold on upgrading cars, right, or purchasing cars? But I feel like they give you enough opportunities in the game to just kind of test drive everything, I feel like, almost. And of course, old legacy cars in the game, they're pretty cheap. They're fairly affordable. So, those, maybe just try to get those cars first, kind of build up your garage that way first. So that's what I think might be better way to approach this game, especially nowadays that all these cars are so expensive. But anyway, let's move on to the next tier. All right, we'll see you in tier 7.